Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, today it's going to be a very quick overview because I'm still working. It's my last day before vacation, you can imagine, so a lot of stuff still on my desk. I need to work just to finish before I go to vacation. The good thing here is I have then more time just to spend with crypto afterwards. So looking forward for that. However, we will now go directly and check what they are doing today. And as you can see, that's just right now Bitcoin, that's Binance orders, and you see they are here waiting between 20,800 and 21,000 something. I was a little bit expecting to retest that area again. Mentioned even on my Discord. I just can recommend to everyone, if you want to join my Discord server, because sometimes, and now in my vacation I will spend more time also on my Discord server. I will provide more informations, ad hoc reports, and so on and so forth. So feel free to join my Discord server, and yeah, to have nice interaction together as well. So if it's too loud today, maybe a different audio quality than in the past days, that's just because of my fans. Today it's a very hot day here in my office while I'm working all the time. So yeah, just, I'm sorry, but it's part of it. So I hope it's not going to be a big issue for you. Let us go forward and check what's happening here. Weights ratio 30 days moving average, it's lifting up, as you can see. Also just because we had in the 1 day resolution, as you see here, a big peak that was just before we started this dump, this big one, and right now it's lifting up but maintains 55. Yeah, and 55, it's okay. It's still indicating that whales are sending bitcoins to spot exchanges, but at the same time we can also say it's reducing. Just for those who don't know, weights ratio is always delayed. It means that weights ratio in such cases, for example, it's illustrating what happened yesterday, not what's happening today. For that we have the weights ratio 1 hour time frame something. So I just have refreshed the site before we start to take a look to it, and as we see, the weights ratio 30 hours moving average right now hitting 90. 90 is really a level where I would say it's critical. We need to be careful. And they have started since yesterday. I have tweeted also about that. I have tweeted that I have noticed a lot of inflows coming to spot exchanges, mainly from market maker entities. Well, you know, or many of you know, that Inspo has labeled such certain entities to market maker because these guys are mainly the market drivers, and we will talk about that later on. However, we can see what's happening here. So the weights ratio 30 hours moving average was declining, now really lifting up very hard. At the same time, we can see that this the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges didn't change a lot. It seems it's reducing, but not that big anymore. So we still have 1.7 billion US dollars in stablecoins on centralized exchanges on derivative part. That's extremely a lot. That's huge, never seen before. And they sent 3.6 billion just before. That was August 17th, so it's almost now a week ago. And they did, it seems, they shot it very hard, and afterwards they completed, it seems, their short. They started to withdraw almost the half of this volume, but we still have another I would say 1.7 billion in stablecoins still on derivative exchanges. So that means if they are going to short with that, it makes sense that we will go down to 20,800. In my opinion, 21k should be the local bottom today. We need to see. As you know, I have flipped a little bit to bullish just because the market is showing me that we will go up again, and in my opinion it's going to be tough because we only have, and that's my personal opinion and part of my trade strategy, in my opinion, for the next few weeks until September 20th, they can push up, and they will. In my opinion, they will go up, hitting 26 at least, if not even 28 or 30k, before we will see a huge bearish price action, in my opinion. So we will see. However, we can see stablecoin supply is right now, it looks like stabilizing, but the trend is here clear downtrend, indicating they are taking out more and more liquidity from the market. Means it's not bullish at all. However, even then they could push up the price because they don't care and then nuke it afterwards. We know, and many were expecting, even on equities, a big correction. Some of them just expected, okay, the correction is done, we will go up again. No, the market doesn't go straight down or straight up. So what we are seeing right now was, in my opinion, a little correction. Bitcoin did whatever he wanted to do, but in my opinion, the big correction is still it's going on equities, is still going to come in September. So I think we will go up again, and afterwards big dump coming. We will see if Inspo is wrong or right. However, let us go forward and check the next chapter. So as you see here, we have received a lot. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot compared to the last weeks. Or at least, yeah, I would say weeks, because before we dumped hard, we received 18,000 bitcoins, also related to entities. So it's relatively big. However, if we check here in the last few hours, we have received now nothing big, sometimes every 2 hours, maybe 1,000 bitcoin. The big thing, the big inflow came over the night. So it seems US time. And here almost 3,800, here in 2 hours almost 6,000 bitcoins, and here another 2,500. I would say we received today almost 15,000 bitcoins, while we also had some big outflows. 5,000 bitcoins outflows here, another 2,800 bitcoins here, another 2,500 bitcoins here, another 3,900 bitcoins here. So that's a lot. The question is always if they are correlated to those inflows here, because we also received in the past bigger inflows that would match even with the outflows, but for example here it was relatively flat, so it's not really clear, and the current price action is showing they still have more dump ammo. So be careful what's happening here. Related to stablecoins, very flat. The storm is over, at least indicating by stablecoins. I mean, storm is over means usually when we are, for example, like here, we are getting a lot of Bitcoin inflows to spot exchanges. Usually it correlates very well with stablecoin inflows, because of course they need stablecoins to absorb those Bitcoins, and at the moment looks very flat. That's it. So let us take a look what's happening here. Well, first of all, you remember funding rate up, down, up, down, up. So it's lifting up again. The tendency is indicating they're still demanding more longs. We will check on blockchain whispers. They will confirm that we still have much more longs than shorts, and that's, in my opinion, at the moment the main driver why the price is dumping, because they really want to liquidate these longs before we can go up, in my opinion. So let us take a look here to stablecoins. 150 million, 100 million. It's okay, not big, not really, but it correlates to the funding rate while it was lifting up. If we check, for example, what the open interest is doing, it's declining again. So every single time when open interest lifted up, they dump and it declines. It lifted up again, and right now we are declining. Also the open interest, they are liquidating longs, it seems. We will take a better chart to see that. At the moment they are sending some bigger volume in bitcoins also related to derivative exchanges. If we can check here, we see 4,200 bitcoins at the moment, while the leverage ratio is declining. Leverage ratio and open interest, they correlate always. Not perfectly, but you can see leverage ratio up, down, open interest up, down, down. So that means they are liquidating high leverage futures, high leverage positions. That's it. Let us go forward and check what's happening here, because that's, for example, we can see here what they are doing. They liquidated today, it seems. No, it was yesterday. It's not huge. It's really not huge, but as you see here, they liquidated almost, what was that? In 2 hours, almost 400 bitcoins. And right now it looks really, I mean, that's per hour. Usually I would expect to see here, I mean, it's rising. The long curve here is rising. It would make sense. In my opinion, that matches very well. But you can see the open interest, what it's doing, right? It's declining again while the price is declining, because they are liquidating these longs. That's what they are doing at the moment. Like here, for example, that's the daily. If we go directly to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that. That's always the same. And the leverage ratio was lifting up very hard again. So every time when they are doing it, every time when they are detecting open interest coming with high leverage, they start to play volatility to liquidate longs and shorts at the same time. It's free money for exchanges, guys. That's just really free money. So let us go forward. BitMEX, what's happening? I mean, yeah, we received more shorts, absolutely. But hey, the long side is still too high. It's just really still too high. In my opinion, that will take a little bit of time, and we had that in the past. I mean, it makes sense when we are declining to start too long, of course, but not with high leverage. I mean, I'm the wrong person just to tell you that, because I'm longing and shorting with high leverage. At the moment, just hedging with a high leverage short for my high leverage long. And thanks and welcome to Bitget. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Doing a great, because I wouldn't hedge my long with a short if I would be convinced we will go directly down, you know? I mean, I'm just doing it because, in my opinion, we will go maybe to 21, maybe 20,800. I don't think so. I think 21,000. I would then start to close my hedging short just to give all the funds to my longs. It's going to be a risky game, because if they start to dump even more, they will liquidate me very quick. But be brave or stay away. So yeah, it's casino, it's gambling, so no question. We don't need to discuss about that. I'm usually not a big fan of it, but at the current market conditions, I don't see any other option. I can't trade with big volume at the moment under such market conditions. So if we take a look here, 61 to 31, doesn't look bullish at all in my opinion. And at least on Binance and Ethereum it looks much better. The first time since a while that we are getting more shorts again than longs. So I think when Bitcoin starts to do the same, we will flip and we will go up. So, but that's not the case at the moment. So let us go and take a look to the Kingfisher and what's happening there. Come on, the Kingfisher, give me a spin, give me a blue, give me a blue, give me a blue, 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 blue. Oh, okay, two credits is also fine. Let us start with Binance as usual. It takes a little bit, as we know. Here we go. Well, nothing changed. We still have here this liquidation, but look, on the long side, something changed. So we still have this cluster here. The Binance volume declined. It was 70 million, now 50. We can say, let us check here, here, and here. So let us check what FTX is doing and if that correlates, something I can imagine. Wow. Okay, the volume declined. EMO on FTX now 35. It was, if I'm not wrong, also 50 millions yesterday. But I'm not 100% sure at the moment. But however, also here it correlates very well. And yes, we don't have anything here. Absolutely anything. We have nothing. So if they want to liquidate something, they need to go to the short side. But also not big, so we really need to be very careful, really very careful, because if they go down to 21k, it wouldn't surprise me if they start to push very hard then hitting 24 to liquidate these shorts. So be really careful here. So let us see. I think I have to refresh the sites before it starts to give me any error. Let us check that, and let us go to the 30 minutes before. Well, what should I see? I mean, FTX has a clear message for us. Dump. Look that. Looks that bullish to you? At least if you're a FTX fan, I would say, Sam, it's clearly on the bearish side. Well, look, I mean, even the aggregated spot CVD doesn't really look very bullish. So, yeah, okay. Since we are here, the price is lifting up and these guys are distributing. I don't like that. I don't like that. Even here, not really lifting up. Let us check what Binance is doing. Oh my god. Binance, what are you doing, buddy? Let us take a look to the 30 minutes one. I mean, look that. It correlates very well to the price action. That's because Binance has the biggest liquidity. But they are doing a great job. I mean, that's quick profit. Buying here, selling a little bit, pushing up again, and start to distribute here what they bought here. So it's not that bad, to be honest. Bitfinex. Yes, Bitfinex is buying. I like that. Now we need to wreck them. Okay, it's buying, not big at all. I mean, a CBD difference of almost 200 bitcoins. That's peanuts. Really just peanuts. Coinbase? Oh. What should I say? Coinbase. Wow, now they are pushing. Let us take a look what they are doing in the 30 hour, yeah, 30 minutes, hour just, okay, but they didn't really buy a lot more, it seems. So it's also crazy to see that. That's really crazy. So let us take a look to the entities. First of all, yes, retailers buying at the moment, stabilizing, but shrimps buying, buying. This guy's here declining a little bit, but they bought before, right now just reducing their balances. This guy's here not doing anything. My lovely market maker, what are you doing here? Huh. 4,960,000. So just in one day, 10,000 bitcoins more? While they send bitcoins to spot exchanges? And that correlates very well to the big ones, to these guys here, mainly related to exchanges. We need to see, because if these guys start to lift up, and we need to be very careful, because these guys love to trap retailers. So it means they go up, you think, oh, they started to accumulate, and then boom, they dump. So we need to be very careful, but just take into account that they reached a very low level in their balances. It wouldn't surprise me if they would start now to accumulate. The question is, why now and not before, you know? So we need to be very careful. It's too early to say that. And that's it. Let us go forward. So we start with Coinbase. What is Coinbase doing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The next bigger wall, 25K. On the downside, the biggest at 20K. They are here limiting at 21K. In my opinion, that should be the local bottom. However, they are also here waiting at 22K. Not big at all, but they are waiting there. So Deribit. What is Deribit doing? Deribit is not doing anything. Waiting at 22,800, but you know, nothing big happening here. Bitstep. Nothing. Binance Spot, something we have talked about just a few minutes ago. Let us take a look. They are here waiting 22K, limiting the way up at 22,100, at 22,300, at 22,500. You can see, I mean, I don't need to count yet now every single wall. 25K is still the biggest one, but it doesn't really look like they want to let the price go up yet. However, we also have here, if we check, a lot of buy orders at the same time. So we will see what's going to happen. At the moment, this one looks like, you know, they want to distribute. They still want to distribute, and it wouldn't surprise me to see. It's not part of my plan, because otherwise I need to close my high leverage short, long, even if I'm shorting and hedging it. But I don't think we are going to retest our current lows of 80. But taking into account just that here, I mean at least 20K, it depends how much volume they want to sell. So let us go forward and check Bitfinex spot. Waiting here 22,400 and here at 20K. Here something, but nothing big. FTX perp. Oh. 22,200, 22,300, 22,800, and remove the wall at 20,500. The next one, 18,700. Wow, look what they are doing. That doesn't look great. I think, we will go down. I think I'm going to close my high leverage long. It will take a little bit. I'll try to go more up. We can go to 22,200 or maybe 21,800, 900 like we did yesterday, for example, just to trap longs. Be very careful here. At least based on FTX perp, doesn't look very trappy in my opinion. Kraken, only to the downside, some walls, to the upside, almost nothing. Waiting here, it seems at 21,700. Bitmax. Waiting at 24 almost, nothing else. Binance, perp, 22. Still, wow, that's really crazy. Really crazy what they are doing here. Much more volume on the upper side than on the lower side. And the next one would be at 20,300. They are waiting here, it seems, so also would match to my 21k could be the local bottom before we go up again, but we need to see. I don't know if that's a dead cat bounce or they just want to lift up afterwards again, just because, you know, we liquidated enough long, so let us go up again. So wouldn't surprise me at all. Bitfinex derivatives waiting at 21k and 21,600 at the moment, but I think, I'm not sure, that's algo stuff, I think. Kraken futures not doing anything. FTX spot waiting at 21,300, but at the same time here at 21,600. So we'll maintain. It's going to be a torture, I think. So just let us go a little bit more down, then up again, more down, then up again. I mean, look there, that's crazy, and they are really selling relatively high on FTX spot as well. That's it.